Hello, JPU family. Welcome to a late night episode. This is your post debate show with Jamaica 411 and Karen. Unfiltered reactions, guys, from the debate that just ended moments ago. We saw a debate on the topic of the economy. The people who were on the debate stage on the PNP side are here. On the JLP side, we have the Minister of Health, Finance, and Education. The only person on the stage, guys, who was voted out, Peter Bunting. Everybody was asking why was he there. I'm going to show you some highlights from the debate, and I will talk about it with the ladies once they arrive. Good night to everybody in the chat. Wherever you're watching from, good night. Those of you in Jamaica, those of you in the United States, those of you over there in Canada, across the way in UK, on the continent of Africa, throughout the Caribbean region, wherever you're watching from, welcome. Thank you for joining. So, guys, the debate took place, and I watched it, yes, because if I don't watch it, then I can't participate in the discussion here. Very interesting. Interesting questions as well. We're going to tell you in our own opinions individually who we thought won the debate and who we thought lost the debate and how each individual performed. I'm going to be reading the chat to see what you guys are saying and what you think. Let me just go ahead and run some clips before the ladies get here. By the way, let me just update you. Nationwide was there moderating, just keeping time. George Davis was a timekeeper over there. The people who asked the questions were not from Nationwide. I put up a video today with Antoinette, who is the one of the country's most proficient sign language translator. There was some issues there. I posted the video. You guys can go watch it. But they had a sign language interpreter this time around at the debate. They didn't have one last time, right? So we'll talk a little bit more about that. Anyway, let me just go ahead and run some clips real quick so you guys can see what the highlight for me was at tonight's debate. Here goes.
The Jamaican people want is who is going to look after them, who will bring down crime. Peter Bunting depended on divine intervention without work. In fact, he is on record, I believe, as the only Minister of National Security who was unable to secure himself. And I am happy he's okay from that unfortunate incident in Portland. But it speaks to confidence in their policy to reduce crime. This government has reduced crime by 30, the lowest over 30 years. And this is what Jamaicans want. They felt unsafe under the PNP. They feel a lot safer under the Jamaica Labour Party.
Mr. Tufton, thank you. Time. We now take a short break.
Guys, let me just say this before the ladies come. What on earth caused the PNP to put Bunting on that debate stage? I want somebody to tell me. Because the first thing is, the people voted you out, and the people on the JLP side, none of them even mentioned that. None of them didn't mention that. Bunting have no moral authority to talk to anybody right here. So because he might the only man on the stage where the people them vote him out. That's the first thing. And then how could they not know that if the topic of crime comes up on this debate stage, then it's going to make them look bad because you have a man who is a failure at crime and national security. So if you want to win and if you want to, you just can't do that. That is a poor decision. Very poor decision. And then the other highlight for me, oh, here comes the ladies. Good night, 411.
Hello and hello, JPU family. Or are we in the war room? Hello,
JP,
JPU.
I'm sure your people are here too, but good night.
Yes,
Well,
hello, family.
hmm
Yes, festive night tonight it was.
yes, well, I've talked enough so far, but go ahead and tell the people them who you think win or lose the debate and why.
Well, that depends on what it is winning means. For me, since the debate is about giving information to the people about what it is you plan to do in the future,
Mm-hmm.
it is a matter of who was able to get that out most effectively and how the people, how it will impact on what the people's understanding is of what it is you come to do for the next term.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'll tell you a lie. Julian was too loud. When you hear when you hear a loud sound, one of the things that you tend to do is to want to close your ears and you would tune the sound out just to protect your brain from the confusion of the noise that you're hearing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, aside from observing that quite a lot of what Julian said was not true, and I can't even remember which one now, maybe if you play it, I will remember some of them,
Mm-hmm.
right? Almost everything the man spoke about is not true. He was loud, he was abrasive, he was not himself. In other words, he was fake.
Well,
And for those
so in other
persons,
words, you're not used to seeing him deliver himself like that in that tone and stuff.
no, that's right. He
Mm-hmm.
was not himself. And for those persons who know Julian, that he's a mild mannered sort of fellow, right? That
Mm-hmm.
cutting into patois and the young lady in the middle, Anderson, who is the treasurer for the PMP,
Mm-hmm.
she was trying her best. I think that she came there to get her points out as to
Mm-hmm.
what it is. She didn't answer one of the question at all. The blasted question was long, but I think she never attempted to answer the question. She wanted to get her thing out, what it is the PNP going to do or what it is. To me, of the three of them, Bunting may have been the better of the three. I'm surprised he never skipped. But he was here talking a lot of foolishness and lies too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the Despite the attacks and the what I would call sideshow, which may have been a strategy to get the Labour Party to defend whether wholeness or themselves against the lies, the Labour Party ignore most of them and simply answer the questions in the way in which they want to answer it, and then they throw some barbs across the way at the PNP as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in terms of them trying to get out what it is they came there to get out, which of course is to speak about them success, right? What it is they were able to achieve for the people, as to whether or not they were able to say what it is they plan to do. It seems to me that their message was, we have done it and we have not completed the job. Give us the next term. We ask for the next term so that we can do some more for you, right? That was his message. And I think he got that out. The PNP seemed to have come there with a silver bullet. The $3.5 million is supposed to have been a silver bullet to have the same effect that the 1.5 did, except
Yes. Mm-hmm.
with the 1.5, it impacted a lot more people. The $3.5 million threshold that they're talking about, and I want you to listen to me carefully because you're going to need to explain this to the housekeeper, the gardener. Hold a second, everybody.
Yes, guys. I saw in the chat and a few days ago, since the PNP came with their manifesto light, People been asking about this 3.5. Faval Williams insisted that it wouldn't work, it was not feasible during the debate. I'm sure you guys heard that.
Yes. So, Natalie, Karen, I get no link. Send it to her now, please.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh. So, what was I saying now? The 3.5 million silver bullet, and this is what you're going to need to explain to people who ask you about it. It does not affect the persons who are getting 1.7 million and less a year. And it does not affect the 83% of the people who are being paid minimum wages. You know why? Because they already are benefiting. They don't pay income tax. And when they say that you won't pay taxes, that is not true. You will not pay the income tax, but all the other taxes you pay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they are trying to give the impression that by increasing the threshold to 3.5 million, that is what now going to benefit the whole society. No, only those persons who are getting up to that level of
Within that
income per
category.
annum.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, the poor people already are not paying income tax. So that policy is to do with people who are better off, professionals. It has nothing whatsoever to do with the man that is working in the BPO, those persons working in the hospitality, in the hotels, who are already not paying income tax because they are getting paid below the threshold. It has nothing whatsoever to do with the construction workers who are not getting who are getting below 1.7 million a year. Nothing to do with the fishers, the lady in the market. You not when that is of no benefit to you at all. And any worker that is getting below 1.7 million dollars now, who are not paying income tax because of the threshold, you are not going to benefit from that because it
Mm-hmm.
has nothing whatsoever to do with you. It's only those persons in the income bracket that is above $1.7 million a year and below $3.5 million a year. They are the ones who would benefit, and it depends on how
Okay.
much. So, for example, somebody who is like at 1.8 million, it's only 100,000 they would pay income tax on for the year.
One at a time, Faval asked how, not Faval, sorry, I think it was the moderator, not the moderator, one of the people asking the questions asked the PNP how they plan to fund their budget and how they would pay for it. I think they didn't have an answer.
No, they did eventually. And
They
this
did?
is the rub. This is a rub now, people. I want you to listen to me good. You will not benefit from this increase, but it's going to cost the budget $55 billion, according to Julian Robinson. $55 billion is going to have to now be found somewhere.
Mm.
And who you think is now going to pay for that? You. So you are now going to be paying taxes because they would have to increase the tax somewhere
Mm-hmm.
because once you reduce taxes by 55 billion, you're going to have to go find it from somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you're going
Mm-hmm.
to put the tax on something and they have not told you what. In fact, they are telling you the economy is going to grow. And
Mm-hmm.
when the economy grows, it will take care of that. That is not the way to budget. You can't do that.
All
Because
right.
if there's a hurricane and there's no growth, then what you're going to do? You're going to have to raise taxes. And they
Okay.
have not told us where they're going to raise the tax. But rest assured, since it is the consumers and the poor people are the consumers, right? You will end up having to pay for that reduction for people who are better off than you.
All right, let me
And
just let
there is the
Karen in
rub.
here real quick. Karen, how we now lose the debate? Good
Well,
night.
good night, everyone. Good night, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Murkat win the debate. Murkat is the winner.
Poor market.
So, boy, when I first saw the lineup, I said to myself, I wonder why. Why would he be in the lineup? He is the spokesperson on national security. why would he be in the lineup for the economic debate?
Mm-hmm.
And then it came back to me about Mark's secret cabinet,
Oh,
the Mark's secret cabinet, where Julian is now the sitting spokesman for finance,
where call him sitting?
the sitting spokesperson for finance is Julian Robinson, and Mark's future cabinet is Bunting as Minister of Finance.
Mm-hmm.
And that explained to me why he was here, why he's a part of the debate.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Okay.
he was playing coy and cool, and he even did moderately well. The surprising thing for me is how hard the sitting spokesperson for finance have to be shouting over everybody in order to get him words in. And of course,
Mm-hmm.
Julian, as Michelle pointed out, Julian tell up a lie. But that is the
Why him do
dynamic.
that? Why him do that? We know him not normally tell liars, so. I
No,
mean,
but him
those not them
fighting,
blatant ones.
him fighting for a position. Him wasn't debating. He was standing up beside the man who want him position,
Oh
where
my
him currently
God.
hold. And what the nation witnessed was a fight. It's actually a fight between him and Murcott. Him and
Lord.
Bunting, they're fighting for the position. Him being the sitting spokesperson on finance, and Bunting is Mark's choice to be the Minister of Finance, should they form the next government. So what
Mm-hmm.
Julian was doing was fighting, which is why I was shouting so
Oh,
much.
he was fighting to be the best opposition
Yes,
spokesperson.
him, yeah, him
Oh,
fighting, him fighting to maintain the position, him
poor
fighting because I
thing.
know Bunting is Mark's choice. So Julian had an opportunity because Julian is liked by the private sector. The private
Mm,
sector liked him, and in any future PNP administration, the private sector would have welcomed Julian Robinson.
mm-hmm.
Everybody hate Bunting. Nobody wants Bunting in the parliament, much less to be finance minister. I can't even imagine that should they win, how the private sector would react to that. I have gotten a whole mouthful and handful and footful from the Tapanara's private sector people about how they feel about him and what he has done in Mama Golin and their businesses to kill Jamaica's economy and to make more money. So
Mm-hmm.
people are frightened about the possibility of him becoming Minister of Finance. So I'm not talking about the substance of the debate. I will leave that to Michelle. For me, it was so glaring to see that
The two man them a
Bunting,
war.
yeah, the two men are war for
On
the
the same
position
side.
on the same side,
Whoa.
and they decided because I have no doubt in my mind that it would have been Julian and somebody else and not Bunting, but Bunting had to go and need people to see him
Mm-hmm.
being finance minister.
Yeah,
So
because like why
yeah,
was he there?
yeah, he
And
forced
Aaron.
himself to be in this debate because he was going to be
Mm,
finance minister, and he needed the country to start wrap them head around that fact. And
mm.
Julian fighting to maintain that position, and
Let,
that was glaring and quite daunting actually.
let me just play this clip real quick for those who are just joining.
Jamaican people want is who is going to look after them, who will bring down crime. Peter Bunting depended on divine intervention without work. In fact, he is on record, I believe, as the only Minister of National Security who was unable to secure himself. And I am happy he's okay from that unfortunate incident in Portland. But it speaks to confidence in their policy to reduce crime. This government has reduced crime by 30, the lowest over 30 years. And this is what Jamaicans want. They felt unsafe under the PNP. They feel a lot safer under the Jamaica Labour Party.
Mr. Tufton, thank you. Time.
The high interest rate FinSec era was devastating for the Jamaican economy. A World Bank debt management paper dated 21st 12 2001 reads in part, the ensuing rapid growth of FinSec debt worsened as interest rates continued to rise, leading to a stock debt of $142 billion as of March 2001. That's about 43% of GDP. This added to an already large pre-crisis public debt burden of more than 100% of GDP, leading to an unsustainable debt path. That period also decimated a generation of local entrepreneurs, so much so that a generation later, many are still reticent to invest in the productive sector. What guarantee can you give under your administration that Jamaica will never see history repeating itself, and how do you intend to honor that guarantee?
Well, what we have to ensure.
Interesting that that side can speak as if they're ignorant of FinSac, when some on that very side were involved during the FinSac period and benefited. Just recall the 40-40-40. You mentioned it. 40% of GDP to recover from FinSac. 40,000 businesses lost their money. 40% being offered by merchant banks to make a profit. And DB&G made on average 40% return on their investments, which one of the principles sits across me right here. They cannot talk about fiscal discipline. They cannot talk about management and economy. They presided over the FinSac era. They drove people in some instances to commit suicide based on news reports. They have no moral authority and certainly no economic management, and they are still there. The Jamaican people cannot trust them.
Thank you.
All right. So, to be honest, I don't know if say. I can't say who win or who lose. I can't tell you who performed or who didn't perform. But where team performance concerned, I cannot say who win or who lose. You know why? Because I don't understand why, for the life of me, why in Jamaica you have people who are coming up there lying to the Jamaican people, and there's nobody fact checking them. So when one side I tell so much like how we know the truth, when one side I tell lie, and the most lies were told by Julian and Bunting. So when one set of people are tell lies and the other side cannot answer or didn't answer to those lies, there's nobody fact checking, it may come off a certain way. You understand? And there were opportunities I didn't see the JLP take. For example, Michelle and I were talking about this a little earlier. When Julian say, or one of them say, the Prime Minister did have money over SSL and dry it out.
Bunting.
Would them tell one another blatant lie? Bunting keep on talk about money laundering, trying to connect the Prime Minister to money laundering. What else did they say that was untrue? I'm trying to remember. There were at least 3 that stood out in my mind. And nobody, I mean, it just slide by. Like, you can't do that. You're trying to educate the population about, what's going on and stuff. You can't let them something. So that is where the debate commission failed on my part.
Well, two things about that. Two things about that. But because Bunting's role was twofold. His role to come show up himself as a future finance minister, and to start show Mark how he must react and how he must answer to whatever it is that you're going to come at him with the debate between him and Mr. Holness. So Bunting was a practice run for Mark to take note of. And Bunting wanted to come out and swing and say those things so that Mark can take note. The second thing is a debate with a limited amount of time that people have to answer a question. I have always been a debater myself. I said I have always believed that if you get 2 minutes to answer a question, you take 40 seconds to give a non-answer, and the next rest of time you take to talk about what you want to talk about. Now, what you want to talk about might be mostly lies, but the debate commission or the people who ask the questions can stop you within your 2 minutes to tell us a lie you tell. And it appears to me that the people who ask the questions have any facts in front of them, either that they could say, well, Mr. Bunting, as to Mr. Olis did not have any money in SSL, or he did not withdraw it at the time that you said. Not like the moderators abroad who actually know the answers to questions and can fact check people, can come back and say, well, what that today was not true. I mean, they do that when you watch international debate. But these people don't seem to have that. And them don't come for that either. Them come for throw the questions and get the red herring and make everybody get to fling stone off of them one and see who can have the most blood on it. So those are so that's basically where we get from the debate. And there's nothing wrong with it, There's
Really?
nothing wrong. No, man, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just who's going to handle it the best. There's nothing wrong with a questioner asks you, so what about your money that you had in you met this open money from FINSA? All you do is that. And you and Bunting can just deflect with some fool answer and move on. It's up to the other side now to go back to it.
No, man, me
And,
talk
and
about the lies we didn't tell. That me talk.
yeah, but the lies going to come and nobody not going to fact check them because the people who are asking the questions don't have the facts. That's a plain simple truth.
Then they're not
They don't
supposed to
have the
come with
facts
them
in
facts.
front of them either.
They're supposed to come with the facts and know what the national discussions are.
But they
But
don't.
they are only allowed was it two follow-up questions. So them can't waste it effect it has to be the person on the other side who must
Yes.
correct them.
It's the other
So
side
that's
must
not
come and
true.
say, is the other side must come and use 30-second answer. If it's a rebuttal, the other side must use that entire 1 minute or whatever it is, them get for the rebuttal to lick it down. So,
But the
you
point
know,
is, no, but the point is, maybe that is the reason why I issue out the lies, knowing that on the rebuttal is only 45 seconds they get. You
Yes,
understand?
probably. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And they have
So
to
Well,
answer the question,
them have to be
not the
seasoned
lies.
debaters, and them have to be quick on them, and them look because listen, there's no more. The next debate is the Prime Minister and Mr. Bunting and
No,
Prime Minister Ma. That's the next
yeah.
debate. But
mm,
listen,
Mm-hmm.
here is what I know to be true with debate. They have to stop playing nice. They don't have to be disrespectful. But they have to stop. But in terms of answering people like Bunting, them should have got prepared to say that's not true. It's pure lie you're telling. And if
no,
them feel yeah.
Karen, me believe otherwise. Me is not a person who like lies and them sitting. But when me that tell Michelle earlier, since them come and tell be a lie, nobody now fact check them. Tell lie upon them too.
No, but you're right, Natalie. But the other side have the responsibility to say, it's lie you're telling. It's
Yes,
lie
that's
you're
all I'm have to
telling.
do. It's
Me that tell
lies.
lie
Just
Them
upon
have the
lie
Bunting.
you're
money
telling.
account.
And you stop in front of the Jamaican people and telling them blatant lie. Tell them, say, look for him at them, says lie you're telling.
Just like
It's
what
lie.
she named though. Just like what she named them
But
though. What she name
evidently
again?
they didn't know the facts either. Maybe that them not know what the
Maybe.
truth is.
Yeah, but that is not the point. You see, let me tell you, man, that is not the point. This is a political debate. The point is him open him out and chat some shit, and the prime minister, this and that. Whoever the rebutter is on the JLP side should come back out saying you're a damn liar. No, I mean, you don't do it careful because you
The
can't
only,
say that too.
the
You
only
can't say
person
that
who
too.
did that, the only person who did that effectively, which I highlighted yesterday, or Saturday, was Kamina. She's the only
Yes,
one who called them out and said on a liar. But
a
when me
liar.
expect
That's a
tonight
lie.
now,
Yeah.
when Bunting them a talk about the prime minister this and the prime minister that, the laborites them should have said, look here, Mark Golden have money over there too.
No. Liberate them just say they have lie because all out have money over there. Mark Gold have money over there. Peter Bunty they have money over there. Call up everybody they would have money over there.
See them go up, they go say, the people in on the other side, the whole of them under investigation. And before them say, no go so no too wicked and lie. Just like how me Daryl was a cuss them and say, no evil. And them sitting there, no, sir.
Yes, that's how
No, but
debate
hold on
work.
there.
Or say,
Julian, come
Ola
out.
Michelle, Ola
Like they
Michelle.
when they hear the lie, they look frightened, you see?
Yes, I just look for them. I just say, all of an investigation. That's the problem. I say, yeah, the all away, and the investigation. Uno and we. Them not making this fun and them not making it debatable. Them I don't know who them impressing because them not impressing the Jamaican voters. The
And what
Jamaican
even
voters need to sit them and go at it.
tell lie, me I tell lie too. Since
So
nobody
what
now
time about
check
that?
nobody, I lie for lie.
Lie for lie. But
Yes.
I have every confidence that the Prime Minister is going to handle himself pretty well next week. And Mark Golo will not be able to get away with a lie.
So what about Favor? I could talk about Favor because I think Favor did pretty well. I
You
think
know?
she was the first one who me noticed was doing well.
She come out and tell them so then lie. When she did say lies, the first thing she said when she come in. Lies, and them what? Scam. The 3.5 is a scam.
Yeah, she said the
Scammers.
3.5 never work.
She telling them are
But
scammers and them are liars.
The
but you
biggest
know something,
political scam.
It's a
Julian,
scam.
Julian had actually said, that I know, like him try to say know as a fact that are them over there. So before them say, you can't know that. And as far as anybody is concerned, you probably are one of them too. You understand? Them just sit down there and just take it. I don't understand them, yeah, man. But
All
I
them
think
should
what
have said,
happened was,
all them should have said,
no,
yeah, yet are we under investigation. You under investigation to Bunting and make it
but
go depend.
yeah, but I think maybe I think maybe them figure that this is the strategy the PNP will be using to make them answer the lie and not answer the question. So what they do, they just ignore it, knowing that we're going to slaughter them for telling so much lies on in the debate,
Me not
That is
find this
what
right?
to be funny now.
no, Michelle.
Me not find this
No,
to be
Michelle.
funny.
I don't. Well, if that was them strategy, they're going to lose every time because that can't be
Mm.
the argument that people come.
They must
You
have
know,
like
they're going to with that.
they must have like what people do when she started out lies, 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 right? So and them just start by saying lies, but they may not have known the truth. That's the problem. First of all, when them start to accuse them about 8 of them over there, so right, is on the investigation. Them people should have opened up our mouth and said lies, lies, lies. You have no means of knowing who is on the investigation. As far as anybody concerned, maybe the whole of them are PNP, right?
No,
The
that
whole of
should
them are
not be it.
PNP.
No, that should not be it. The one question they need to ask them: how do you know that?
Mhm,
How do you know
mhm.
that? Are you are
Because
you
they were
are
told.
you are you a commissioner?
No
How do
man,
you
they
know
were
that?
told by their colleagues that none of them says, but what our colleague says not them either, right?
Me
And
say
then them could go on and
if
answer.
you them stand up the like say them frightened when they hear the no sir.
They mash them up too, when they
She
come
did.
out with them.
Yeah, she did.
But they needed but you see we are gonna slaughter them. But then again it don't matter because those people who don't, but here the problem now. A lot of people watching who don't follow politics and maybe they'll be hearing these things for the first time and that is what they're banking on. So the Labour Party really needed to have lies, lies, lies and respond, right? Instead, them took it as if it is the truth. But then again, Bunting gets on licks too, and him try to
Yes,
defend it in a
man.
few seconds, right?
Him could have
In
answered that
order,
one. Hold on there. Let me play it back. Hold
The
on.
Jamaican people want is who is going to look after them, who will bring down crime. Peter Bunting depended on divine intervention without work. In fact, he is on record, I believe, as the only Minister of National Security who was unable to secure himself. And I am happy he's okay from that unfortunate incident in Portland. But it speaks to confidence in their policy to reduce crime. This government has reduced crime by 30, the lowest over 30 years. And this is what Jamaicans want. They felt unsafe under the PNP. They feel a lot safer under the Jamaica Labour Party.
Mr. Tufton, thank you. Time. We now take a short break.
Yes, so look here. When time that argument came up, if Bunting came in there with any confidence, he lost confidence the moment Tufton exposed him. That's the moment Bunting realized I have no business here.
well, he had said, that the JLP has no success because murders is the highest under him. Of course, so the murder was increasing. Him left the murder increasing, and the Labour Party simply took over the government with the murder increasing with the infrastructure that was there with the police, right? And they're able to bring it down. But again, because of the structure of the debate, all of that cannot come in. They can't bring that in unless they answer piece 8 in another question, right? That is asked of them. They take a time to answer that and then continue with the question. So he said that you can't take no credit for it. You must give the police credit for bringing down the crime rate. And you can't take no credit for it. We know them are going to murder him with it. That's some bad mind.
Yes, I think him just sound bitter. Him when him a talk about the crime and stuff. I mean, me not understand. What?
But how can you blame? How can you blame the government when the crime is high, but when the crime is low? as a result of their policy, because the police could not, if the police had the same tools and the same intelligence and so on as they did when Bunting left it, the crime would still be going out of control. So it must have been government policy and the economic situation perhaps that brought the murders down and the crime trending down. So how can he say that it's your policy that caused it to be high, but it's not your policy that caused it to be low, or the police them? So wait, so what made the police them never perform under him? Why were the police unable to bring the crime down under his tenure? But them can do it now. What were they doing? Sabotaging him?
It's a good question. Why am sorry for them condition? Um, look here now. When I played a video over here, ladies, where Mark Golden was telling Dean Jackson Miller that he expects that if the Jamaican people should give him a chance to lead, it would not be for him to carry on with the JLP policies, I guess you could say. It's to implement what he thinks is right. And Missy, this thing about their manifesto light. Make we talk about the manifesto light. How do you interpret a manifesto light? Let me just ask that first.
I have no clue. I've never heard of such a thing in all my born days.
Manifesto light. All right, this is how I interpret the manifesto light. Manifesto light would be something that you kind of compact to make it a little shorter and easier to read. But when you look at what they are saying the manifesto light is, it is that plus adding adding more stuff. It's like editing their manifesto. A manifesto light shouldn't be, you shouldn't be adding anything to it. You make it smaller and easier to digest, but then I add more to it. So Mark Golden now, as I was saying before, is saying that, he would continue some current government policies. Let me just move this out of the way. I think the biggest problem with the PNP right now, if them come out with 10 of the best manifestos, the Jamaican people have a problem, a trust issue with the PNP, like I've never seen before.
That is true. That is true.
Serious
The
trust issue.
PNP, the PNP's issue with the country is not only trust, it's trust in a broader sense. It's trust in the sense that look at Mark Golding, look at Peter Bunting, look at Leighton Scramble, look at all of them. These are the people who did what they did to take over the PNP and what they are doing now to gain power at any cost. People don't trust them. People think their motives are not noble. People think Peter Bunting has run down power. People think Mark Golding has run down power to give it to Peter Bunting. The Jamaican people think that. The Jamaican people don't like Peter Bunting. And they think that him running down power, Mark helping him to reach that power pinnacle that he has strived for all his life. So there's that great trust issue for true. Absolute no trust in them. And contrary to what and I do understand, I mean, I understand them people where are going to debate, because they're missing the point completely. They're missing the point that the Prime Minister for going to make up for some of these things to remind the Jamaican people that their man not only can't be trusted, them can't be trusted with the country. It's not just that them can't be trusted, period. Them can't be trusted with the country. They promise that they're going to mash up everything and they're going to start back over with what we don't know. And the Jamaican people shouldn't take a risk with them. The debate of them totally out of touch with the political realities of what them facing.
To be honest, the Prime Minister been talking, but I think the whole of the JLP need to talk. Me and Minister Vaz him talk too, but all of the JLP them when they go up on the platform, the candidates them, they must talk and tell the people them.
The debate matter. I'm Mrs. Mala who fought. Mala fought all back over hot coals.
Tough turn in the debate, man. Told the people so they can't trust them. Can't trust not what them say.
Yeah, I heard him.
And did make that.
Them have to hammer home that.
I think all three of them did
it.
Yeah. Then all the money, people answer them good and proper, that was right into her lap when she
Lies,
answered
lies,
the
lies,
question. Dana
lies.
started it. Yeah, no, Dana started it, and then she now finished it to talk about where them all get the money from,
Lies,
and the
lies,
fact
lies,
that
lies.
no, in the debate that was at the beginning, in the debate towards the end, she got something that was right up in her lap and fall right in her lap, and she did answer it. She was saying that the 3.5 is a scam, the biggest scam in history, right?
Guys,
And that
there's an economist that came out recently and said that he was cautioning the PNP.
PNP.
you're talking
Large
about
fiscal,
Boston Hyman,
large fiscal
perhaps.
deficit means proposed policies by GLP, PNP would need something like that. I hope that's not confusing. That's what I'm reading here. But guys, I want to hear this PNP, somebody from down at St. James. The Prime Minister was stop and talk to one man and ask the man, say, sir, why are you a PNP? Lord Jesus. Andrew, why you do it?
Yeah, man. Time know him can. Him don't know why the ass was a PNP.
Yeah, this really shows you the mindset of, and I'm not sure if it's just PNP voters. I'm probably maybe there are some JLP voters with this mindset too. But have a listen real quick.
As much as I Prime Minister. Of course, yeah. But let me ask you a question. Yeah. Why you can't? Yeah. It does run in our blood. I just can't switch. No, I'm not asking why you can't switch. I'm asking because it's running in our blood. I something okay, right. No reason, but just yeah, I just some agree, some bad. Yeah, but let me ask you a question. You think Mount Salem has changed it at all? Change, yeah. Crime rate go down on a little thing. So yeah, of course it changed. So you believe that a government should be elected by what runs in the blood or by the work it does? Why would I be sick? Mark Golden can do good today, and you can do good today. Well, here's the thing. It's a 50-50. I have done good. Yeah. What have you done? We just have to wait to see that though. Only time can tell, right? So you're going to treat certainty for uncertainty. Yeah.
And me,
Why was
born under my mother in the 1980s, Karen.
why them the PNP people them sit up that owners and make them look nuts? My
Hey,
God, it
hey,
never.
oh,
It
which
did have
is
a blood. It have a
oh,
blood. Yeah, do good.
you know.
But that is not the whole of the conversation, you know. Because the Prime Minister say, I did ask you, so you think I'm doing good? And they
Yeah,
say, yeah, man, you go out yourself. You
the
go out
crime
yourself, man.
gone
Things
down.
are going good. Things are going good. And yet it in your blood.
Jesus,
You go switch it out. You prefer now you want to switch it now to a man you know no not about because it's in your blood. Boy, young fella,
the
you're going
man
to
say,
be famous forever.
man say, "I'm gonna give you a certainty for uncertainty," and he might tell the prime minister, "Say you go on good." Him say, "You can't go on good," and Mark can't go on good, and you go on good too.
It just don't know Marco go. If Marcos they are not going bad and the country are mash up, him would have never see him do bad.
That
He
never
just
says
say him a
something.
go on good.
But you ever tell the
Then
worst thing
it's
about
in
it?
him
And
blood.
yes, there are some yes, there would be some JLP people who would share that very view with him. But what
Eh?
I have found is that for this election cycle, whenever a JLP person is in front of a camera and them ask them why them so upbeat about them party, they are able to provide answers that make sense.
That makes
Yeah,
sense. Mm-hmm.
just for this election cycle, certainly. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
also certain that there are JLP persons like him. But for this election cycle, the
Mm-hmm.
JLP coming out on top. The supporters are coming out on top in explaining their support for them
Yes,
party
yes.
how much more than the PNP.
Me
And
never
that
hear.
wasn't always so, you know. That wasn't always so, you know. There was a time when the PNP people them Gragar would go explain why they're a PNP. Nobody know why they're a PNP now.
Mighty God.
And it's all about leadership. All about leadership.
You said I want to take me out today when me hear the man. The man tell the prime minister say the crime gone down, Mount Salem. The crime gone down, yeah, the good. but it's in my blood. I'm gonna give you uncertainty. I'm gonna give you certainty for uncertainty. What the hell
Yeah.
can go so?
All right. That's the thing.
Oh my gosh.
That's the
So
way.
Orlando, one think say one think say the debates or the PMP missed anything without Leighton?
Now I Leighton couldn't go up on a debate. If Leighton go up on a debate, we'd have to shoot up the whole of the TV then.
So I mean, was it a good decision? Because I'm sure somebody made the decision for him not to be there.
Well, they made a decision for him not to be. I don't, you know, him have a wider berth of misbehavior and nastiness, and they men have a wide berth of clownism. And the two of them, I believe, are polar opposites, but the same kind of foolishness that come from them. So them clean up Damien and send him because at least he would listen and go on. Him can't be tamed. You can't tame him. Him cannot be tamed. That go up there and drop him bras and go on with all kind of things.
Mm. No, I'm going to switch to another topic real quick. Aside from the debate tonight, Karen, we have to talk to you about that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
This situation we are going down at Westmoreland there, with Dwayne Vaz, Julian Chang, and this other man here, Victor Wright. Once one leak come out, we say then kick out Julian Chang from out of one WhatsApp group. And they call them names here. After a while now, I think from that woman they go support Lisa, she get a fight, from the risers them down there in Westmoreland,
Well, since you first brought it up, I decided to do some investigations and
Mm-hmm.
speak to some people down there. And I was looking for better from Victor Wright, but Victor Wright and Dwayne Vaz are two losers who down there are try run a campaign and trying to demonize this councillor woman. I understand that all Dan him a part of it now, and the old nasty mayor when he Dan read the Lancy, the one about walk around and breed everything that can hold a dick
Wow.
and have picnic all over the place. Nasty man them. Dwayne Vaz and me say him in particular like him and look the woman and the woman don't want him. And he make
Wow.
good comments towards the woman and the woman don't want him. And the Victor Wright him a back up Dwayne Vaz and him foolishness because him a look a comeback as well. I hear that the one Dan him also in the council meeting or some council meeting or something. I understand from the fellow that him in that a caller one term council. I mean, they are systematically and going after the woman psychologically, trying to dismantle her. She'll labor right, she'll one term counselor and call her labor right. This person who telling me all of this person, I mean, close to the situation, right? Very,
Mm-hmm.
very, very pretty close to the situation, and tell me how them are do work in our division, and she have no control over the work in our division because fear division is Sav Lamar. Now me that try to reach her up on the phone, but she not take my call. But
So why
for
she just cross the floor and down? Make sure she cross the floor and
yeah.
down.
Them a do work in our division. Them not include her in a nothing. Them a sideline her and all of the man them gang up on the one little woman and nerve them to the point where them believe that the one them should gang up on her. Them
Man.
gang up on the woman down there behaving like the big dirty man that they are. Dwayne Vaz with him this big dirty self. Him and Victor Wright, two losers. I try beat up a woman who's a winner. That's some of the things, some of the things that me here, I can't even damn repeat. Some of the things that I hear, I don't want Dan him. With them all wanna be washed up, bad man. I do all of them down there making the woman life hard, I understand. And she not talking to people. That's the worst thing about it. She not talking to people. Like she
Maybe
not
she feels for her
discussing.
life.
Maybe she feel alive, but she not discussing. She need to talk to people. When people are trying to reach her, she must answer the phone. Because all kind of people are trying to reach her to verify something and she's not answering the phone. So she don't want to talk about it, I would imagine. Because she sit down there with them and them down there call human labor. But them a dirty man doing advise him and the one Victor right him. I'm so disappointed in him. Maybe that's one reason why they vote him out. They're not Trelawney. Because
Then
we have dirty man mentality down there with all of the woman them and the girl them and all the rest of it. The whole of them are carry feelings. Oh, you know what say? Somebody pinch me and tell me say, Dwayne Vaz I look the woman and beg the woman and the woman say she not give him and like him but try to get it right. Like him I tell people or tell our boyfriend or husband, I don't quite get what I say. But it's like him I say, Dwayne Vaz go tell our husband or our boyfriend so she have man.
what kind of mama man style that?
The Dwayne Vaz look like a mama man. I'm
Mighty
telling
God.
you. I'm trying to call her, but of course she don't answer my phone. But maybe one of can call her and see if she don't answer.
Well,
But she
anybody
does.
from Westmoreland where I watch, tell Julian
Yeah, the
chance.
people them listen to me. Resistance and other PNP people down at Westmoreland. Only need to go find this lady, Miss Julian Chang, and find out what's going on with her because a whole lot of things are swirling around on social media. And me I hear from a close source inside. Inside camp member who tell me all of these things we are going with them dirty man, yeah, them little slimy man. Yeah. I make the woman life hard and going after her and talking about things about her and try to psychologically wear her down, you know. And yeah, I said to this person, so why she don't cross the floor? Why she don't go join the GLP? Because Savlamar is pretty much a GLP stronghold. And PMP could win that she win it for the PMP and she could win it for the GLP. So I asked the question and Philip said, no, I've asked her that. Me don't like to ask her that personally. Why she do? Yeah, why she don't cross the road, you know? But the dirty man them, man. The four dirty man them. The dirty me and him, where every woman in every community call him name in a one baby. Him, Dan Reed Delancey, Vaz, the one doing Vaz him, with the next loser, Victor Wright. And the Dan him. You know, the all of them are gang up on this one woman. What the hell could this one woman do them four man a gang up on her?
What
What?
a shame.
Woman can't get the work done in her division. Them take the work and do it. She don't know nothing about the work. And it burn the person who tell me it look like it burn him because they don't know what is feeling all of this. But the person who tell me all of this, them say she can't do work in her division, and the mayor in charge of work in her own division. And it occurred to me that walk to the JLP councillors, them. That's the thing about these councillors, you know. The councils. The councils are a bro club. It's a bro club where everybody are back up everybody and everybody are protect them little money. So them not stand up for nobody, you know. So when I want to the JLP councillors, them like Mr. James and all the people, if they don't see what go on with this woman, I mean, we should not talk to nobody about it. Because, I mean, them probably would have sound fair if she talk about it, but she's not talking to anybody about it. You know? But somebody need to shape them man. Especially the one Vaz and the one Dan. Them two there. And the Victor write him I look a comeback or something. When if you leave human alone.
Then him another
Miss
campaign
Julian Chang,
manager. Him at the
Miss
campaign
Julian Chang, if you want to talk to somebody, call me love. Everybody in Westmoreland have my number. Call me or call Natalie. Give us a buzz. We'd like to ask you some things. And them can't do if you chat to it. If you chat to it, go burn them down.
The man, just talking about burn them down. The man we have been out late in Campbell for 3 weeks now. In come talk again since night. The
And
man
you
tell
know,
it,
so them,
me say the
and
man
you know,
vexing, and the man I tell everybody about their mama and say no now no can't bully me for vote. Me no vote like oh no. Me vote for
eh,
substance.
but you know, see, the blood and fire people, them set fire to one of Luther, one building for Luther property.
Wow, really?
Them set fire, burn down. What Luther do is, Luther have a whole property, big property. So Luther do. There's this virgin and never live nowhere. Luther get one food for the poor house, give and put it on the property there. Them burn it down with them blood and fire. The blood and fire people, them burn it down. Dayton can't pay a man for go burn down the people house. Late
Jesus.
scam
At the second time, no me a date name call pan burning down people's. You my arsonist. Oh my God.
Burn down the house, burn it down. The blood and fire people, them blood and fire. Them,
Jesus, Father, what a wicked act.
I tell you, it was quite alarming this morning because at first we got the news, we think that Luther House, them try for burn down, them are messing the wrong man, you know. Them just don't know it yet. Burn down the man, look a man house, so the man for live, look a food for the poor house, so the man. As a warning, them said that them burned it down as a warning to Luther. And them know Luther don't take kindly to warning.
Jesus have mercy.
Yes, my dear. It is sad, you know,
So,
that the man get hurt. You
so
know, it's
Colin, what you think about what them I try do with Lisa now? Cause I don't know if you see me did over your live. I went night before last or so. I talk about all the people that might come down for Lisa. I say, boy, you're a distraction and you are disrespectful. What are something, man?
and the rise as a do it.
Yeah, me I say, what the woman could I do them now? What? True, my gold in her shine and she a shine like a diamond.
Well, Lisa said do her thing and I got through, and them can rub them mouth as much as they want. The thing about those risers, you know, and the rise bloggers, you know, they have never been good at defending them leader or defending the policies or defending something in regard to that rise united inside the PNP. They've attacked the resistance, they've attacked everybody individually because
Mm-hmm.
they have never been good at being at putting forward substance and discussion and engagement. So the only thing they know is personal attack
Yeah,
politics.
yeah.
That's the
Mm-hmm.
only thing that they know, and they go at it every day. And them look for different people to pick on. So I suppose this week it was Lisa. But while them out there do that, and Mark still looking chaka chaka, Lisa shine and she's just flying.
Mm-hmm.
So let them go on, them can go on mad over that because I'm sure Lisa, I'm gonna throw shades at them and throw word on the word, man. And so I throw a word that some of them don't even understand. So them never gonna know say a word throwing.
But I'm feel sorry for them because in my view, not no more than them feel like them are lose and anybody who may come along will look more presentable to start with. Them find them to be a threat. But them not supposed to have focus on Lisa, them supposed to have focus on Dr. Russell. I'm a the candidate, not sure.
Yeah, but Dr. Ross is not them focus. Them focusing on everything. Them, me the madman over the Obed channel because of the pastor. Me say the whole of the church. I say a prayer and fast. Go down on them me for 2 days of prayer and fasting for fame ass. So the
Jesus
so see mad
Father.
some more. So the so see mad some more kind of a pray fame. So
Mhm.
there is that. And some of them they making all kind of, and of course I'm continuing them attack on the prime minister. Well, Mr. Prime Minister, them can attack as much as they want, but them going after people. There is the debate commission, which is a joke commission, clearly a PNP commission, and how they chose to leave out a major news network out of their plans in terms of these debates, and how they bow to the pressure of Mark Golding and Peter Bunting. I
Mhm.
mean, it is really showing up just how desperate they are for power, that them couldn't sit down and take a question from Cliff Hughes or one of the guys over by Nationwide News.
You
Them
look bad
couldn't,
though.
yeah, them couldn't take the most the most popular news that apart people watch TVJ and watch CVN, but when people want to hear what go on really, that's where they go to. And nobody don't recognize who these people are asking the question. I don't know no Jamaican because I asked around today in Manchester. I asked them if they know the people who are asking the question, which news station they work for anything. Nobody knows anything about these people.
Wait there, as I talk about Manchester, Dayton say he might predict a clean sweep of Manchester and St. Elizabeth.
That's a very strange assessment from him, or very strange pronouncement by him. It is also stranger because he never predict a clean sweep of Westmoreland.
Maybe my plan to buy the vote then they so. Remember him said
I
remember him
don't
said
know.
the
Well,
party
maybe
need
need a special broom for
yeah,
Westmoreland.
maybe he said remember him this say the party need man with money for buy a vote, you know. You know remember?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. But um, the
Now, Michelle,
manifesto, she did it.
I should
Michelle.
let you do the manifesto matter now.
Yeah, the manifesto now. See, last May them, the cartoonists, them have Damian Crawford with four and a shot.
And the four card, and the three card trick, and the three card trick.
Really? They have Damian have four and a shot. Four manifesto. Then look how the four of them confused. Lord have mercy, manifesto light. Manifesto heavy. No, this can't normal. This can't normal. Then come out with the manifesto light.
Well,
Um,
Michelle, have you read it?
No, sir. Only from what people are saying.
what make
I
it
was
read
looking
it?
at them and the light and I couldn't manage it. Me just switch off.
Oh, so you can't really talk when there.
Not at all.
Oh, they probably
Nobody
just.
now read it, and nobody now follow it. Clearly, nobody now read it. And
Mm-hmm.
nobody now follow, because it's the first issue that you have one party putting forward a manifesto and a manifesto light. That is so comical and
I
ridiculous.
must say, if I'm a Damian idea, they sitting around.
Comical, man. And all of them idea come
But the
from
mark
Bunty.
and I
That Bunty, they don't
come
get a
from the
water.
mark.
A Bunty
Manifesto
and Mark
light.
have come with them things, you know. Michelle reminded me today when we were traveling that Mark said that how they came by the manifesto was that all of the spokespersons them thoughts forward to him
Mm-hmm.
Mark, and after they put them thoughts forward, it was him Mark who sat down and correlate all of that and then add his thoughts to it, and that's how them come to the manifesto. And then, as Michelle was saying, one strange thing about that is that they never consult with none of the sectors them to put that manifesto together. By
Wow.
Mark saying that, it's an admission that he never consult with private sector or the teachers or the junior doctors or the nurses. He never consult with the farmers. He never consult with nobody to put forward that manifesto, which
Mm-hmm.
explains why they need part two of it. Nobody's him say so. It's him say the spokespersons remarks them meet whatever at a retreat and they met and everybody put forward their thoughts and then when everybody's thoughts were recorded, Imma Golin took the thoughts them, he took up everybody piece of paper and put it in the Congo hat and then him go up him yard and him sit down and cipher it out and put it together. So I suppose that was his defense to say that it was not written by AI.
Mm.
So and then he put it together.
Somebody in the chat asked, what do you think about the integrity lamps Leighton purchased for his
Somebody,
indoor agents to inspect the voter ID?
any one of Leighton Scramble indoor agent ever show up with an integrity lamp inside the any polling station, the police is going to arrest them.
Mm.
Anyone. So the indoor agent they better understand the law. Any PMP indoor agent who mad out of them shot, and most of them are not, and most of the PMP indoor agent, them, as it said, are not experienced indoor agent. Anybody show up with an integrity lamp, both of them go inside, the police is going to arrest you. So they can go and listen to Scramble.
Mm-mm. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Anything on want to say in closing about the debate?
Michelle have some things to say.
Okay, the floor is yours.
Who then?
Michelle?
Oh, no, I think that in terms of getting what they're going to do for the people, I'm not quite sure if I even know what the PMP said they're going to do because they seem to be focusing on this $3.5 million, which is not going to benefit um the majority of the people are on the minimum wage and less and close to the minimum wage. These are the better off people in the society, right? That will be getting the benefit. I hear Bunting use, they were so trying to give the impression that the 3.5 million increase in the threshold is so important that when they ask the question about the brain drain, somebody said under this administration there is brain drain. That is clearly somebody trying to score political points because brain drain has been going on in Jamaica ever since the abolition of slavery. As a matter of fact, when the British were here, a whole heap of people ended up in Britain, the United States, Canada, and all over the place because of its brain drain. They migrated. No jobs. He then turned around and said, well, the 3.5 million is a fundamental thing that we're doing. All can him try to big it up. And then said that this now, the fact that they'll be removing the income tax on the 3.5 million is what will stop the brain drain. And that the man come up and say, right? So he thinks that the reason why the people were leaving, these were people who were working because the only people who could benefit from this 3.5 million threshold would be those persons who are working, right? So the people who are working now, he's saying that they now are leaving and they will now stay because they will end up paying less tax. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, right? But because that never made no sense. Most of the people, well, some people who are actually working leave. What they're left for is sometimes it's family. Then my family live abroad and then send for them. But quite a number of the persons who want visa to go away, to go work over there for 6 months or 3 months or whatever, it is because of the low wages that they're being paid here, and that was never addressed. And also because the jobs may not be available, right? But some of the people not working because of the low wages. They're not working for them the kind of money that what them offer them. So that was him trying to turn the question into a win for them. But whether or not they said what they were going to do, we have to go listen to it again. What did they say they're going to do if the people were to elect them? Just the 3.5 million? They went to do something about the hospital and they went to make sure MRI and all them sitting in the hospital. The thing is, one of the problems the PNP has is that this problem with the hospitals never started in this administration. Matter of fact, it has been going on for years. And I believe that Tufton, when he said that he's saying that he inherited a mashup system, is basically what he's saying, and then trying to fix it. And somehow I think that they were able to get the messages out to the public.
Yeah.
And in the closing now, what it was, or who did carry the closing? It was Bunting or it was Julian? Julian was the one who closed, right? It was a good. We have to go listen to it again because it's so damn nice. I think it was calmer then. But what I remember about
throughout the whole thing, him in a fight for him position, so him calm down at the end.
Yeah.
Look on the idea where the jail people thought on PNP.
This is how PNP President Mark Golding conducts himself.
No guy in a parliament can't tell you nothing. I just step up and then put it on them toes.
We have to make sure, say, every comrade, if they're still alive, and even some who are not alive, you know, if them can deal with it, no problem.
Yo. Blood.
That's a damn fool. She has no class. With my Jefferson Golden as the Prime Minister and a top honorary set of people around me to run the country.
No, sir, him not look Prime Minister material at all. We can't trust him to run Jamaica.
That's a good ad. I should be sure. That's a good ad.
That's so she's not watching on TV. Yes, TV though.
That's a combination of who it is. Presenting man, Prime Minister, the next Prime Minister.
Why they never show the thing with him hand in them back? Them should have paused it right there so that
they did. They never see it.
They did. The next Prime
Yes, but
Minister.
they flash it. They flash it. No, they flash it. They flash it so it didn't see good where I was doing.
Then Michelle, we don't want to see more than a flash of that. I want to see
everything is a flash.
No man, the people have to see it. The people have to see that. And quarrel with the JP, or they make them have to throw with them dinner.
The only one is only one thing for that. This is how he conducts himself. Them say, well, this is the man who wants to be prime minister. That's all I needed to say.
No, sir, I don't look like prime minister material. I don't know how the trust part coming in. I think that was not a good ending. Yeah, that was not a good ending. I don't know trust coming at that, right? But when she said no, sir, him and the prime minister material.
Yeah, I mean, they should just say, this is the man who wants to be prime minister of Jamaica.
What a sad thing.
It is sad indeed. The one more like that. It is sad indeed.
Someone on the prime minister material. Me no, just finish it off better. But
trust. There's all of them showing have nothing to do with trust. It has to do with decorum and knowledge.
Unstable.
Unstable. So,
the man that can't reproduce. That's all kill him. That alone I go kill him because remember them do that carry on with Portia and Portia never made the mistake where she didn't make at the time when she and so on.
All right then, ladies. Make we wrap it up. Can we start late, after midnight wish party day.
Okay. Find the wall of the ad them, man.
Which ad? Like the one we just played?
JP ad them, go find them.
Yeah, I know me not say first JP ad me see.
Me too.
Coming out when I watch TV.
Well, I don't know.
It's a lot of ads. I wonder why there's not a lot of ads, yeah. Oh, all right. That was dead. Later.
Yeah, man.
Good night, JP family. Everybody have a good night and stay safe.
Yeah.
Good night, family.
Guys, JPU family, thank you all so much for stopping by. Oh, remember we were talking about the panel for the election night. What I think is the members them over here. I think I'm gonna give the members them first priority. So if you are a member and you want to be on the panel over here election night, moderator and the members them, I can name some people who are always here every single time. The people them who they are with wife style are one of them, those people. So I'm gonna try to see if we can get as many people as possible, people who I know are well behaved. A joke. But guys, make we talk some more. I guess tomorrow. I didn't come last night because I say we'll come on tonight. So if anything, I will catch up with you guys. Thank you so much for participating, for joining, and I'll catch you tomorrow.
This is how PNP President Mark Golding conducts himself.
No guy in a parliament can't tell you nothing. Time to step up and get wicked on them too.
We have to make sure, say, every comrade, if they're still alive, and even some who are not alive, if them can deal with it, no problem.
Yo. Lord.
That's a damn fool.
Listen.
She has no class. With Mark Jefferson Golden as the Prime Minister and a top honorary set of people around me to run the country.
No, sir, him not look Prime Minister material at all. We can't trust him to run Jamaica.
Listen.